Mm. Okay, give me just a second. Let me make sure everything is okay because it looks like my internet is not very good right now. Okay, so it's a little spotty. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Sunday afternoon? Jacqueline Kabah Harrison here, turning my devices down. So, it looks like I am live. Thank you so much for joining. Let me just first start off by saying A Queen's Roundtable Show, which is held every second and fourth Sunday of the month. I bring on a different entrepreneur, and we basically talk openly and honestly about entrepreneurship, the ups, the downs, and I give each guest an opportunity to let the audience know a little bit about themselves, who they are behind the brand, right? Because we all talk about branding and knowing what your brand is and brand awareness, right? We talk about that a lot as entrepreneurs, but I like to give people an opportunity to let the audience know who is the person behind the brand, right? So I give each entrepreneur an opportunity to glow, to shine, talk a little bit about yourself, let the audience know who you are, who's the name behind the brand, who's the person behind the brand. And we always end on a note of education, right? All of my guests provide tools and techniques to help you to develop your personal or develop personally, professionally, as well as leadership development skills. Okay. So if you're interested in being a guest on the show, actually, I don't have the link in the, oh, right. I don't have the link in here. And I just realized, okay, I didn't mean to do that. But at any rate, I don't have the link in, but I will put it in. Okay. So I was supposed to have a guest on today. She was unable to join me, but I still wanted to go live. So I know I'm kind of off in terms of the time. We had some different things come up. And also, too, with the time change, so kind of threw things off a little bit. Because what is it, spring forward? So we lost that hour last night. I know I'm on Eastern Standard Time Zone. So kind of, threw things off a little bit. I love gaining that hour, but, to lose it is kind of a different story, right? So at any rate, just kind of wanted to come live. I know it's been a while since I've actually been live. And I just wanted to show up, because everything is about consistency, right? And if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Okay. If I say I'm going to show up, I'm going to show up. And like I said, I haven't been doing a lot of freestyle lives lately, but I'm here and I just kind of wanted to chat a little bit with you all. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about myself, my story, and how or why I created Realizing Your Potential and how I actually help women level up. Okay. And like I said, I want to tell you a little bit about me and a little bit, particulars about what I do and what I have upcoming and the different opportunities that I have for you. Okay. To be able to join my platform. Now you're going to hear my son a little bit in the background. Okay. So for some of you that may not know, I have a 10-year-old and, he has a lot of energy. And, with COVID and everything, everybody being pent up inside. So he's even a little bit more rambunctious. Okay, so what I wanted to share is that my title is Confidence and Success Coach. Okay, and some of you, have kind of been there since the beginning and have kind of seen as I have, evolved and changed. And, we've supported one another online through our different endeavors. And I just want to let you know, thank you so much appreciated to you, or so much appreciation that I have for you and just your support and your encouragement over these past 4 to 5 years. Okay. Just want you to know that I really, really appreciate you. And those that have come on my show, all of the awesome queens that have come on my show and added value. Thank you so much for your integrity, for your support, for your encouragement, for your wisdom. Thank you so much. as well as to those queens that have come on the virtual summit with me, the 8 Queens Roundtable, quarterly symposiums. This is the 4th year, and it's just amazing. I mean, it's been whew, it's been amazing. I'm not going to say it's been, easy per se, and definitely everything does not always fit, in a perfect little box, if you will. Every summit, has its different challenges, but I love it, and thank you so much to all of you that have participated and come onto my platform and took that virtual stage, grabbed that mic, and basically just did your thing, right? Poured into my audience, poured into our audiences. Thank you so much again for your wisdom, your knowledge, your support, your encouragement, and being candid with us, right? Which takes me into my talk today, Real Talk with the Queen, right? So one of the things I wanted to mention today is that in this whole arena, everything virtual, right? Virtual, virtual, virtual. And I just listened to a Queen talk last night, and she spoke a lot about, it was actually on Minister Nikita Davis's conference. And forgive me, Queen. I don't remember the exact name of it, but I know it has to do with women's month and women speaking, women having a voice, women coming forward, right? And just standing in their greatness or their glowness, as she likes to say. And the young lady that spoke, it really resonated with me. And she talked a lot about having an online presence, right? And what does your online presence say, right? When people are introduced to you and they go to your Facebook business page, they go to your website, they go to your LinkedIn profile, maybe your Instagram profile, what does it say, right? Is it congruent with what you promote? Is your brand awareness, is it on point in all areas, right? So it really resonated a lot with me, and the thing of it is, I'm pretty sure you do this. I do this. I check people out. What do they call it? Cyber stalking. So I've done that. And if I get ready to enter into a collaboration with a queen, yes, I'm going to have seen what she does. I'm going to have listened to her, right? I'm going to have gone her Facebook business page, maybe her Facebook personal page, her website, so on and so forth, right? To see if that message is congruent, to see if that message is consistent, right? Now, I'm a real big, now don't get me wrong. I know a lot of us have multiple streams of income. I know that is, what's the word? That's something that we are moving towards or already at, right? Having multiple streams of income. And those 6-7 figure earners, I know you all know the importance of multi streams of income. And I get that. And I'm all for that. Now, but what I want to touch on was, I don't like a jack of all trades. I remember my father used to always say, don't be a jack of all trades and a master of none, right? And what that meant to me, and what he was trying to, or what he relayed to me, was that sometimes if you have too many irons in the fire, right, then they're not going to be as effective. You can't have 20 irons in the fire and have all of them be effective, right? Now, maybe that 20 irons, maybe if you broke it down to 10, you could all, you know what I mean? They can all 10 of those irons can be effective, if you will, right? So that's what I'm referring to when I say a master of none, a jack of all trades and a master of none. So for me, when I go to someone's site and I see that they are, or their page, and they are doing a plethora of things, right? They're selling, I don't know, lipstick. Maybe they're selling dieting pills, or something to reduce your fat. Then maybe they speak as a confidence coach. Then maybe they do taxes. Then maybe they do education on financial literacy, right? They mentor young girls, right? They're like all over the place, right? And again, I know that a lot of us are multi-talented. And a lot of times we may feel like, oh, I can't contain myself, in just this one box. And to me, it's not about being in a box. I'm not saying get in a box where you can't do this, you can't do that. You can only, zero in on this. However, the reality is it has to be some consistency, right? And the bottom line is there's only 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. Okay. So if you are pulled in so many different directions, what does that mean? That means that you're not going to be able to give as much attention to each, individual project. Now, it's one thing to create something, right? Get a good foundation, get it going, get it up and running, and put good people in place to keep that going, right? With that same, power packed, energy, if you will, that you were giving it. Maybe you're not giving it that energy, but you put, different people in place that are able to still fulfill that, right? To be able to still make it a success. That's one thing. But if you're doing it, on your own, you got too many irons in the fire, you're not going to be as effective. And that's just real talk. You're not going to be as effective. Okay. So let me just take a quick little break. Again, for those of you that may caught me in the middle, my name is Jacqueline Kabai Harrison. This is A Queen's Roundtable Show, which happens every second and fourth Sunday of the month, typically at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I had explained that I had a guest that was going to join me, but I guess some different things happened and she's not able to join me. So I still wanted to come live. I still wanted to show up. Okay. And if you're interested in being a guest on the show, the link is there. The link should be there for you to click on it and apply. Or either you can go to my Facebook business page or my Facebook, my regular Facebook profile, okay, to apply to be a guest on the show. So, all right, so let's go back. So again, real talk. When we think about being laser focused, when people go to your different, profiles and so forth, they need to be able to see right away and know right away what you do, what you stand for, right? Because the bottom line is people are not going to keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and go to all these different places to get an idea of what you do. Just because we're busy, we got a million and one things that we're trying to do, that we're juggling. And also people's attention spans are very short, right? So they have to be able to know right away what you do. So when you sometimes people automatically think more is better. More does not always mean better, or bigger does not always mean better, right? I know me personally, if I decide to go with a coach, it is a coach that I know specifically focuses on this one area or two areas, or maybe three at the most, right? Because at that point, I know that you are dedicated, right, to helping me in this particular way, right? Not this way, this way, this way, and this way. And again, the more people spread themselves out, right, the thinner it gets, or the least it's not going to be as potent. Just like if you take a liquid and you dip it into, each different little area, if you will, 20 different spots, let's just say, it's going to be a lot less potent than if it was just in 10 spots, right? So just want to throw that out there. And that's something that I know that I look for, and trust and believe. A lot of people that are cyber stalking you or possibly thinking about taking your services are looking at the same thing. Now, moving on, real talk. We're still doing real talk. I want to talk about integrity and authenticity. Okay. I know a lot of us suffer with that imposter syndrome, right? And I think being online, and especially with COVID, a lot of things have moved to online. We are online a lot more. So having said that, right, I think it's extremely important to be true to yourself, right? And I think a lot of times we are taking a look at different people online and we see their success. So we have a tendency, and I think it's human nature, to have that tendency to want to imitate what we see. If we see this individual here, she has a successful podcast, we think like, oh, okay, I want to be successful. I want to be a 6-7 figure earner. So maybe I need to go to podcasting route. Then we see this sister over here, right? And maybe she's had success with different webinars, hosting different webinars. So we're like, oh, okay, I need to do a webinar. I need to be like a webinar queen. I got to, pull out the webinars just like that so I can be successful, right? Or this person over here, they have a, I don't know, a TV show or a radio show. Oh, that's the route I need to go. So it's so many different avenues that are being thrown at us, right? And it's human nature to feel like we have to imitate that in order to get that level of success. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying is you have to be true to yourself. You have to do what feels comfortable to you. Now, let me separate that from coming outside of your comfort zone. As an entrepreneur, to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to go outside of your comfort zone. Okay? You're not going to make any changes or any strides without taking risk. And when you stay inside that comfort zone, you don't take risks. So you have to go outside of your comfort zone. Okay? So I'm not saying don't go outside of your comfort zone. But what I am saying is that certain things work for certain people. Like me personally, I'm not a writer. Now, am I part of a book project? Yes, I am. Right? Am I exploring that avenue or allowing myself to explore that avenue? Yes, I am. Okay. But I know my comfort zone, or what feels good to me, what comes natural to me. I don't want to say comfort zone. What comes natural to me is talking. Okay. Talking and interacting with others. That comes natural for me. Some of you may not know that I'm a clinician. I'm a social worker. I'm a therapist. I love talking to people. I like finding out what makes people tick. So that works for me, having that direct, whether it's virtual or face-to-face interaction with an individual, actually finding out who that person is, right? Who is who is this person behind the brand? I like that. That gets me excited. Okay, that gets me excited. So that is what feels good to me, right? That comes natural for me. So I stick with that, right? Now, yes, I may change, I may modify, I may go to use different platforms, use different programs, right? Do different collaborations. But the core of it, which is me interacting with other women, is what I enjoy. That's what I'm good at. I love it, right? So that's what I do. That's my zone of genius, if you will, talking and interacting, which is why having a talk show and bringing on guests works for me, right? So pay attention to what works for you, right? You might do, be a part of a book collaboration project, right? And have a bestseller, but that may not be your zone of genius, writing. It may not be, or it may be. If it is, run with it. Keep doing it, collaborate, and run with it, right? So pay attention. So the piece here that I want you to take from this is that pay attention to what your zone of genius is. And just because it's somebody else's zone doesn't mean, and they have been successful in that zone, doesn't mean that you need to jump over to that zone in order to be successful. What that means is figure out first what feels good to you and what comes natural for you, and build on that. So that's that your authentic piece, right? Because you have to be you. It has to work for you, right? And that's something that I've had to learn. Like I said, I've been a professional for many years, a professional social worker, a licensed clinical therapist for many years, So this arena of being online, doing a talk show, if you will, is new for me, right? But those are transferable skills. Those are skills that I've used for a very long time, over 20 plus years, right? So I have transferred those skills from the office setting, mental health meeting, meeting with individuals, to doing it online in the form of a talk show, podcast, right? So those are transferable skills, but I'm being authentic. right? I'm being me. This is Jackie. And when you're authentic, right? You don't have to think about it. You don't have to try to, okay, well, what did I do last time? Because it's me. This is me any day of the week. I may not be wearing these earrings. I may not be wearing this particular dress, but this is still Jackie, baby. This is me, so I don't have to search far for it because it's right here. I'm being who I am, right? And I'm comfortable with who I am. And that will help people identify with you, people be able to connect with you. And some people are going to want to connect. Some people are going to be like, I ain't feeling her vibe. And that's great. That's fine. That's what's supposed to happen, right? Because everybody is not going to be attracted to you. Everybody's not going to be buying what you're selling, so to speak. And that's okay. But long as you are being true to yourself, right? And if you're being authentic and operating within your zone of genius, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. Okay. I've met a lot of different entrepreneurs over the years. Some of them have been good experiences. I mean, like great, like we get to talking and it's like we've known each other for a very long time. Some people just, okay, nothing good, nothing bad. It was a good experience, but it's not something that I'm looking to continue. I'm not necessarily looking to collaborate with that person again. Some people I know right off the bat, you know what, we won't be collaborating again. And it's not a situation of, I don't like this person or I'm going to badmouth that person, nothing like that. It just didn't match up, and that would not be an individual that I'll be looking to collaborate with again in the future. Simple as that. Okay. And again, that's okay. Because remember, if we are all operating out of our own zone of genius, right, as well as being authentic, then you are going to make those authentic connections, right? Those reciprocal connections. Okay. And to me, you can't really form a reciprocal connection if you're not being authentic. Because if you form that connection and you're not being authentic, in my opinion, it's not going to last. Over a period of time, it's going to fall apart because you didn't start it. The foundation wasn't good. And for this purpose right now, the foundation is being authentic, operating in your, authenticity, if you will. Okay. So that's what I want you to take away from this. The real talk from the queen is be authentic. Be authentically you. It's easy. Like my father used to say, the truth come out the same every time. Now, a lie, you got to think about it. What did I say? Maybe I said this. Maybe I said that. The truth, baby, you don't got to think about it. It's going to come out the same way every time. As simple as that. And to me, that's the same thing with being authentic. And the reason I'm mentioning this, ladies, is because, let me wrap it up. Again, being online, we are fed with so much information, right? So much information. And sometimes we get on information overload and we don't know which way to go, right? Or we find ourselves in a situation of, well, maybe I need to be like this. Maybe I need to be like that. No, you don't. You need to be like you, right? Even if that means taking some time. Sometimes I hear people say online, I'm taking some time off of social media. Whatever you need to do to be able to sit with yourself and look at what's worked for you and what hasn't. What's worked for you and what hasn't, as well as what feels good to you. What feels natural for you, right? What feels natural to you. That's what you need to focus on. And then when you do select a coach, right, make sure that that coach lines up with what feels natural for you, right? It shouldn't be like a peg trying to go into like a square. A peg trying to be a square peg trying to fit it into a circle. It needs to line up. It needs to be natural. It needs to be an authentic connection, right? In order for it to be successful, in order for it to be a successful partnership. And the bottom line is when we link up with someone as a coach, that's a partnership. And it's not just a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am type of thing. It would typically be an ongoing process that you're going to be working with that person. All right. So thank you for those that have joined me. And again, this is A Queen's Roundtable Show. If you're interested in being on the show, please click the link and apply to be a guest. I also am your host for A Queen's Roundtable Quarterly Symposium. The next one is in May. Yay! Next one is in May. So this particular one, we're going to go all the month of May, every weekend in May. And we are going to be honoring those mom bosses, the mom CEOs out there. Okay. So if you are looking to take the virtual stage, right, you want to increase your brand awareness. Okay. You want to network with other trend setting individuals. This is a good opportunity to do so. Okay. So I am still accepting speakers for right now. So go ahead. If you know this is something you want to be a part of, like I said, you want to increase your brand awareness. You want to take that virtual stage. You want to network with some awesome people, then this is a good opportunity. Okay. Again, it's coming up in May. It's the A Queens Roundtable Quarterly Symposium. And like I said, the next one is in May. I am still looking for speakers. It won't be for much longer. But as of today, I'm still looking for speakers. So if you are interested, click that link and take a look and see which speakers package is best for you. All right. So I'm Jacqueline Kabay Harrison. And this is Real Talk with the Queen. Like I said, a little impromptu because my special guest was unable to make it today for our show. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the Sunday. Enjoy, your weather wherever you are. I know our weather is pretty decent here for Michigan this time of the year. So enjoy it, Queens. Enjoy it. And I'll talk to everyone soon. All right. Bye.